HVRL Cup dreams never stop until it's won. Corners cut precise like a chef with the blade. Every lap a legacy, the history we made. Tires screaming, engines humming, that's the anthem. Rivals in my rear view, yeah, I outran them. Tracks a battlefield, asphalt's my domain. Best of the best, y'all just playing in the rain. HVRL Cup Kings, we the top of the track. Chasing every flag, no way we looking back. Best of the best, yeah, we taking the crown. HVRL Cup dreams, we ain't slowing down. Apex predator, carving lines through the air. Victory in my veins, competition beware. Fast as a rumor, slick as a thief. Every curve I conquer's a moment of belief. Gasoline ambition, turbocharged soul. Distance like a heartbeat, never lose control. Adrenaline's a drug, I'm addicted to the rush. Rolls my canvas, speeds the artist's brush. HVRL Cup Kings, we the top of the track. Chasing every flag, no way we looking back. Best of the best, yeah, we taking the crown. HVRL Cup dreams, we ain't slowing down. HVRL Cup Kings, HVRL Cup Kings, HVRL Cup Kings, yeah, we ain't slowing down. Son, HVRL Cup dreams never stop until it's won. Corners cut precise like a chef with the blade. Every lap a legacy, the history we made. Tires screaming, engines humming, that's the anthem. Rivals in my rear view, yeah, I outran them. Tracks a battlefield, asphalt's my domain. Best of the best, y'all just playing in the rain. HVRL Cup Kings, we the top of the track. Chasing every flag, no way we looking back. Best of the best, yeah, we taking the crown. HVRL Cup dreams, we ain't slowing down. Apex predator, carving lines through the air. Victory in my veins, competition beware. Fast as a rumor, slick as a thief. Every curve I conquer's a moment of belief. Gasoline ambition, turbocharged soul. Distance like a heartbeat, never lose control. Adrenaline's a drug, I'm addicted to the rush. Rolls my canvas, speeds the artist's brush. HVRL Cup Kings, we the top of the track. Chasing every flag, no way we looking back. Best of the best, yeah, we taking the crown. HVRL Cup dreams, we ain't slowing down. HVRL Cup Kings, HVRL Cup Kings, HVRL Cup Kings, yeah, we ain't slowing down. Son, HVRL Cup dreams never stop until it's won. Corners cut precise like a chef with the blade. Every lap a legacy, the history we made. Tires screaming, engines humming, that's the anthem. Rivals in my rear view, yeah, I outran them. Tracks a battlefield, asphalt's my domain. Best of the best, y'all just playing in the rain. HVRL Cup Kings, we the top of the track. Chasing every flag, no way we looking back. Best of the best, yeah, we taking the crown. HVRL Cup dreams, we ain't slowing down. Apex predator, carving lines through the air. Victory in my veins, competition beware. Fast as a rumor, slick as a thief. Every curve I conquer's a moment of belief. Gasoline ambition, turbocharged soul. Distance like a heartbeat, never lose control. Adrenaline's a drug, I'm addicted to the rush. Rolls my canvas, speeds the artist's brush. HVRL Cup Kings, we the top of the track. Chasing every flag, no way we looking back. Best of the best, yeah, we taking the crown. HVRL Cup dreams, we ain't slowing down. HVRL Cup Kings, HVRL Cup Kings, HVRL Cup Kings, yeah, we ain't slowing down. Son, HVRL Cup dreams never stop until it's won. Corners cut precise like a chef with the blade. Every lap a legacy, the history we made. Tires screaming, engines humming, that's the anthem. Rivals in my rear view, yeah, I outran them. Tracks a battlefield, asphalt's my domain. Best of the best, y'all just playing in the rain. HVRL Cup Kings, we the top of the track. Chasing every flag, no way we looking back. Best of the best, yeah, we taking the crown. HVRL Cup dreams, we ain't slowing down. Apex predator, carving lines through the air. Victory in my veins, competition beware. Fast as a rumor, slick as a thief. Every curve I conquer's a moment of belief. Gasoline ambition, turbocharged soul. Distance like a heartbeat, never lose control. Adrenaline's a drug, I'm addicted to the rush. Rolls my canvas, speeds the artist's Son, HVRL Cup dreams never stop until it's won. Corners cut precise like a chef with the blade. Every lap a legacy, the history we made. Tires screaming, engines humming, that's the anthem. Rivals in my rear view, yeah, I outran them. Tracks a battlefield, asphalt's my domain. Best of the best, y'all just playing in the rain. HVRL Cup King, we the top of the track. Chasing every flag, no way we looking back. Best of the best, yeah, we taking the crown. HVRL Cup dreams, we ain't slowing down. Apex predator, carving lines through the air. Victory in my veins, competition beware. Fast as a rumor, slick as a thief. Every curve I conquer's a moment of belief. Gasoline ambition, turbocharged soul. Distance like a heartbeat, never lose control. Adrenaline's a drug, I'm addicted to the rush. Roads my canvas, speeds the artist's brush. HVRL Cup King, we the top of the track. Chasing every flag, no way we looking back. Best of the best, yeah, we taking the crown. HVRL Cup dreams, we ain't slowing down. HVRL Cup King, HVRL Cup King, HVRL Cup King, yeah, we ain't slowing down. Son, HVRL Cup dreams never stop until it's won. Corners cut precise like a chef with the blade. Every lap a legacy, the history we made. Tires screaming, engines humming, that's the anthem. Rivals in my rear view, yeah, I outran them. Tracks a battlefield, asphalt's my domain. Best of the best, y'all just playing in the rain. HVRL Cup King, we the top of the track. Chasing every flag, no way we looking back. Best of the best, yeah, we taking the crown. HVRL Cup dreams, we ain't slowing down. Apex predator, carving lines through the air. Victory in my veins, competition beware. Fast as a rumor, slick as a thief. Every curve I conquer's a moment of belief. Gasoline ambition, turbocharged soul. Distance like a heartbeat, never lose control. Adrenaline's a drug, I'm addicted to the rush. Roads my canvas, speeds the artist's brush. HVRL Cup King, we the top of the track. Chasing every flag, no way we looking back. Best of the best, yeah, we taking the crown. HVRL Cup dreams, we ain't slowing down. HVRL Cup King, HVRL Cup King, HVRL Cup King, yeah, we ain't slowing down. Son, HVRL Cup dreams never stop until it's won. Corners cut precise like a chef with the blade. Every lap a legacy, the history we made. Tires screaming, engines humming, that's the anthem. Rivals in my rear view, yeah, I outran them. Tracks a battlefield, asphalt's my domain. Best of the best, y'all just playing in the rain. HVRL Cup King, we the top of the track. Chasing every flag, no way we looking back. Best of the best, yeah, we taking the crown. HVRL Cup dreams, we ain't slowing down. Apex predator, carving lines through the air. Victory in my veins, competition beware. Fast as a rumor, slick as a thief. Every curve I conquer's a moment of belief. Gasoline ambition, turbocharged soul. Distance like a heartbeat, never lose control. Adrenaline's a drug, I'm addicted to the rush. Roads my canvas, speeds the artist's brush. HVRL Cup King, we the top of the track. Chasing every flag, no way we looking back. Best of the best, yeah, we taking the crown. HVRL Cup dreams, we ain't slowing down. HVRL Cup King, HVRL Cup King, HVRL Cup King, yeah, we ain't slowing down. Son, HVRL Cup dreams never stop until it's won. Corners cut precise like a chef with the blade.
All right, everybody, good evening and welcome to High Velocity Racing League Cup Series action here tonight from the American home of racing, Charlotte Motor Speedway. As the Cup Series will be taking on the longest race of the season, the Coca-Cola 300, a 200-lap race tonight with only 3 additional sets of tires and 1 fast repair. 3 stages, though, tonight at laps 40, 80, and 120. That will be as the leader crosses the line for those individual laps. My name, as always, Matthew Chase, the voice of Monday nights here in High Velocity Racing League. And it is the regular season finale here from Charlotte. This quad oval track is home to the regular season finales for all of our series here in High Velocity Racing League. And last night, the Truck Series took it on. For their regular season finale. Going back and looking at that one. Race winner from that one, Travis George in the number 16. That is his second of the season. I was wondering if maybe he popped in for the race tonight, but he did not. So we'll pop in and see our fastest driver sitting on pit road right now. In Jose Mercado, he's gotten himself at the top of the board right now with a 29.459. Second fastest, subbing in for Brandon Dayhoff tonight, is Chris Romano in the 51. He'll be showing up as the 051 here for the race tonight, but he is second fastest so far with a 29.494. Romano's shown pace in another league that I broadcast as well, so watch out for him to really make a contention here for a race win tonight. Third fastest so far, Ryzen Baker in the 77, sitting in the third fastest spot, 29.512 for Baker. And then fourth fastest, Jace Keller in the 45. Showing some promise here in the Cup Series right now. He's been doing very well the last few weeks. But a 29.552 for Keller. And then fifth fastest is Garrett Wiles. Garrett has won 2 of the last 3 races. Did not win at Indianapolis, but did win at Circuit of the Americas 2 weeks ago and Martinsville 3 weeks ago. So he's one to watch. "21 drivers have put down laps. We have 2 more who have not yet, for a total of 23. And we're about to go to qualifying here. As the practice session has concluded. Again, 200 laps here. A very, very long race. So it will be grueling, and it will be a battle of attrition. And it looks like John Fieldley is one of the first ones out. On his out lap, he's out on the backstretch here in the number 27. Fieldley showed some pace at Circuit of the Americas a couple of weeks ago. And he is the first one to take the green flag for hot laps. Charlotte's one of those tracks where you can get your tires down on that paint to get a little bit of extra grip through the corners. And the first lap down for Fieldley will put him on the pole for now with a 29.97. Or a 9.66, kind of the same idea. Dylan Calkins in the number 90, second fastest so far. And just like that, Jace Keller gets up to the top of the board with Mark Miller right behind him. Take a look at Dylan in the 90. Running the high side. Lap 2 for the number 90 car is not faster than lap 1. Wilder will get up to the pole position, and he will bring it down pit road. He must have got the wall in lap 2. Keller wasn't able to improve. Weiniger in the 53. Coming off turn 4 for lap number 2. Not sure if he caught the wall there. If he did, that won't count. But right now, 4th fastest, and he'll stay 4th fastest. Stevenson coming around in the number 5 for his second lap. Running middle in 3 and 4. And lap 2. $29.85. I don't know if that was a lap that counted or not, but a new driver up at the pole position is the 32 of Freitas. $29.55 is the fast lap, and the 70 will be lap number 2 for him. Appick in the 52, and there goes Garrett Wiles to the top of the board. In the number 91, teammate to the 32. $29.50 is a very quick lap. Looks like he got tight in 3 and 4 and wasn't able to get a good lap down for his second lap. Happy's second lap also not as fast as his first lap, so he'll be sitting where he is right now. Still have a couple of other drivers going out for qualifying. Christian McCrelly in the 22 and Jose Mercado both out on track right now. Jose's first lap was disallowed, I think, so he's coming out for his second. Lap 2 as he comes off of turn 4. McCrelly puts down a 29.75. Mercado jumps up to second on the board with a 29.55 or 5.45, just barely beating Tom Freitas. And McCrelly's on his second lap right now. And looks like he is good with where he's at in 7th. And that's going to conclude the qualifying session. So we're going to go to a quick break. When we come back, we'll have your starting grid for the Coca-Cola 300. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
HVRL Cup dreams never stop until it's won. Corners cut precise like a chef with the blade. Every lap a legacy, the history we made. Tires screaming, engines humming. That's the anthem. Rivals in my rear view, yeah, I outran them. Tracks a battlefield, asphalt's my domain. Best of the best, y'all just playing in the rain. HVRL Cup King, we the top of the track. Chasing every flag, no way we looking back. Best of the best, yeah, we taking the crown. HVRL Cup dreams, we ain't slowing down. Apex predator carving lines through the air. Victory in my veins, competition beware. Fast as a rumor, slick as a thief. Every curve I conquer. conquers a moment of belief. Gasoline ambition, turbocharged soul. Pistons like a heartbeat, never lose control. Adrenaline's a drug, I'm addicted to the rush. Rolls my canvas, speeds the artist brush. HVRL Cup Kings, we the top of the track. Chasing every flag, no way we looking back. Best of the best, yeah, we taking the crown. HVRL Cup Dreams. We ain't slowing down. HVRL Cup Kings. HVRL Cup Kings. Mama, HVRL Cup Kings. Yeah, we ain't slowing down. Son, HVRL Cup Dreams never stop until it's won. Corners cut precise like a chef with the blade. Every lap a legacy, the history we made. Tires screaming, engines humming, that's the anthem. Rivals in my rear view, yeah, I outran them. Tracks a battlefield, asphalt's my domain. Best of the best, y'all just playing in the rain. HVRL Cup Kings, we the top of the track. Chasing every flag, no way we looking back. Best of the best, yeah, we taking the crown. HVRL Cup Dreams. We ain't slowing down. Apex predator, carving lines through the air. Victory in my veins, competition beware. Fast as a rumor, slick as a thief. Every curve I conquer's a moment of belief. Gasoline ambition, turbocharged soul. Pistons like a heartbeat, never lose control. Adrenaline's a drug, I'm addicted to the rush. Rolls my canvas, speeds the artist brush. HVRL Cup Kings, we the top of the track. Chasing every flag, no way we looking back. Best of the best, yeah, we taking the crown. HVRL Cup Dreams. HVRL Cup Dreams never stop until it's won. Corners cut precise like a chef with the blade. Every lap a legacy, the history we made. Tires screaming, engines humming, that's the anthem. Rivals in my rear view, yeah, I outran them. Tracks a battlefield, asphalt's my domain. Best of the best, y'all just playing in the rain. HVRL Cup Kings, we the top of the track. Chasing every flag, no way we looking back. Best of the best, yeah, we taking the crown. HVRL Cup Dreams. We ain't slowing down. Apex predator, carving lines through the air. Victory in my veins, competition beware. Fast as a rumor, slick as a thief. Every curve I conquer's a moment of belief. Gasoline ambition, turbocharged soul. Pistons like a heartbeat, never lose control. Adrenaline's a drug, I'm addicted to the rush. Rolls my canvas, speeds the artist brush. HVRL Cup Kings, we the top of the track. Chasing every flag, no way we looking back. Best of the best, yeah, we taking the crown. HVRL Cup Dreams. We ain't slowing down. HVRL Cup Kings. HVRL Cup Kings. Mama, HVRL Cup Kings. Yeah, we ain't slowing down. Son, HVRL Cup Dreams never stop until it's won. Corners cut precise like a chef with the blade. Every lap a legacy, the history we made. Tires screaming, engines humming, that's the anthem. Rivals in my rear view, yeah, I outran them. Tracks a battlefield, asphalt's my domain. Best of the best, y'all just playing in the rain. HVRL Cup Kings, we the top of the track. Chasing every flag, no way we looking back. Best of the best, yeah, we taking the crown. HVRL Cup Dreams. We ain't slowing down. Apex predator, carving lines through the air. Victory in my veins, competition beware. Fast as a rumor, slick as a thief. Every curve I conquer's a moment of belief. Gasoline ambition, turbocharged soul. Pistons like a heartbeat, never lose control. Adrenaline's a drug, I'm addicted to the rush. Rolls my canvas, speeds the artist brush. HVRL Cup Kings, we the top of the track. Chasing every flag, no way we looking back. Best of the best, yeah, we taking the crown. HVRL Cup Dreams. We ain't slowing down. HVRL Cup Kings. HVRL Cup Kings. Mama, HVRL Cup Kings. Yeah, we ain't slowing down. Son, HVRL Cup Dreams never stop until it's won. Corners cut precise like a chef with the blade. Every lap a legacy, the history we made. Tires screaming, engines humming, that's the anthem. Rivals in my rear view, yeah, I playing in the rain. HVRL Cup Kings, we the top of the track. Chasing every flag, no way we looking back. Best of the best, yeah, we taking the crown. HVRL Cup dreams. We ain't slowing down. Apex predator, carving lines through the air. Victory in my veins, competition beware. Fast as a rumor, slick as a thief. Every curve I conquer's a moment of belief. Gasoline ambition, turbocharged soul. Pistons like a heartbeat, never lose control. Adrenaline's a drug, I'm addicted to the rush. Rose my canvas, speeds the artist brush. HVRL Cup Kings, we the top of the track. Chasing every flag, no way we looking back. Best of the best, yeah, we taking the crown. HVRL Cup dreams. We ain't slowing down. HVRL Cup Kings. HVRL Cup Kings. HVRL Cup Kings. Yeah, we ain't slowing down. Son, HVRL Cup dreams never stop until it's won. Corners cut precise like a chef with the blade. Every lap a legacy, the history we made. Tires screaming, engines humming, that's the anthem. Rivals in my rear view, yeah, I outran them. Tracks a battlefield, asphalt's my domain. Best of the best, y'all just playing in the rain. HVRL Cup Kings, we the top of the track. Chasing every flag, no way we looking back. Best of the best, yeah, we taking the crown. HVRL Cup dreams. We ain't slowing down. Apex predator, carving lines through the air. Victory in my veins, competition beware. Fast as a rumor, slick as a thief. Every curve I conquer's a moment of belief. Gasoline ambition, turbocharged soul. Pistons like a heartbeat, never lose control. Adrenaline's a drug, I'm addicted to the rush. Rose my canvas, speeds the artist brush. HVRL Cup Kings, we the top of the track. Chasing every flag, no way we looking back. Best of the best, yeah, we taking the crown. HVRL Cup dreams. We ain't slowing down. HVRL Cup Kings. HVRL Cup Kings. HVRL Cup Kings. Yeah, we ain't slowing down. Son, HVRL.
All right, we're back here with Garrett Wiles, our pole sitter in the number 91. You've been finding yourself at the front during qualifying a lot lately, Garrett, but another pole here for the Coke 300. How you feeling going into the night?
A whole lot better now than I did because I haven't done any laps here. I've been all focused on playoff tracks to get used to and get some laps in since I'm guaranteed in the playoffs. And I turned 4 laps here, and I happened to figure it out pretty quickly. So I got to thank my teammate Tom Freitas for that because he was the one that helped me get set up for here. So
awesome. And lucky for you, you got your teammate Tom right behind you as well for the start. Going to get some good teamwork to start off the race?
I mean, right now we can only go on green, so it's not like we can get like a jump wise. So ultimately, my plan is to get out and get at least a lap led, and hopefully I can let him buy me to get him a lap led because he's sitting 12th in points and only 39 up. So try to do everything I can to help him and Chris Paulhamus try to get some points so they can guarantee in the playoffs as well.
All right, Garrett. Well, we'll get you back with your team. Good luck here tonight, and hopefully we'll talk to you here a little bit later on.
I appreciate it very much.
That was Garrett Wiles. We'll take a quick at the starting grid. I know that Jose just jumped out. Again, not sure if he's disconnected or not, but Jose Mercado will be starting to the outside of row 1 with Garrett Wiles, your pole sitter. Tom Freitas on the inside of row 2 with Sean Wilder joining him there. Then we got Jace Keller rounding out the top 5 for the starting grid in the 45 with Andrew McGarrigle to his outside in row 3. Christian McCrelly starts in 7th tonight in the number 22 with Mark Miller to his outside. Chris Weiniger will be starting P9 here tonight in the 53 with Ryan Stevenson to his outside, filling out the top 10. Sean Happick will start in 11th tonight with John Fieldley in the number 27. Dylan Calkins in the number 90 will start in the 12th position here tonight, followed by Shane Johnson to his outside in the number 2 car. Ryzen Baker will be starting in the 15th spot with Paul Pfeffer. And we got Don Miller, JT Gerstner, CD Mangrum, Chris Polhamus, running out the top 20. Brad Borer and Keith Vaughn. And then Chris Romano will be rounding out the field here tonight. Jose ended up having to start from the pits. Not sure what happened to the 41. Pace cars diving off here. They go on the green flag, and that flies, and Wiles rips away on the bottom. Lap 1 goes to Wiles. Talked about making sure he got his lap led and trying to get his teammate up there to lead one as well. And so far, the 3 drivers that started on the inside lane, Wiles, Freitas, and Keller into the top 3. McGarrigle going to be side by side with Weiniger for that 5th spot. As here comes CD coming off of his drive-through penalty. These drive-throughs aren't as impactful early on here because of the length of this race. McGarrigle able to stay clear now for the 5th spot. Happy going to look to the outside on Weiniger. Seems like the top side working very well for everybody to start the race off. That's the one thing about this track. Now that the pavement is starting to age a little bit. Now that it's aged up quite a bit, you get that multi-groove racing here, even at this track. Battle for second as Keller was able to get by the 32. The greatest. Securely in the 2nd spot right now. Happy battling it out again with Weiniger. Looks like Weiniger going to clear on the bottom. Right behind him, Ryzen Baker and Ryan Stevenson battling side by side. Stevenson sticks it at the top. With the length of the race, the smartest thing you can do is try to save your first set of tires. I think that's what a lot of people are choosing to do right now. It seems like everybody content early on here, just riding around. We got 200 laps, so it makes sense. Right now, Wilder does sit in the 4th position. Technically started in that spot. Keith Vaughn and Brad Borer back here. Moving around each other. And after starting on pit road, Jose has moved his way back up to 18th. So not sure what happened to Jose as he got off the grid there. Back up front, Keller is starting to challenge for the race lead in the number 45. Polhemus actually hits the wall pretty hard off of turn 2. Keller right to the back bumper of Wiles. So far, Garrett has done a good job of holding that race lead. Baker has moved his way back up towards the front of the field here once again. He's up 10 spots from the start. He goes to the inside on Weininger. He'll clear the 53 and into the top 5 for the first time tonight for Baker. Gaining quickly as well on Weininger, who's there right in front of him. And back here a little ways, Romano working his way towards the front. Started at the back of the field here with an EOL and is moving his way forward in the 51. Like I said, he's one to watch. Garrett going to look to the outside on Weininger through the quad oval. Outside, he's going to get a great run off of turn 2. He'll clear Weininger up into 6th. Happy's going to look to the inside right behind McGarrigle there. Keller started to fall back a little bit from Wiles, but is hovering between that 3 to 5 tenths of a second. Johnson coming down pit road. Didn't see what happened to the 2. Well, that's a fast repair and tires going on the car, so that's interesting. that? A Don Miller sighting in the 63. He's already up 9 spots on the night so far as well, as he's trying to challenge Weiniger for that 7th spot. He's going to look to the outside to do it as well, up here in turns 1 and 2. And we're halfway through the first stage of tonight's race. 10%. Miller gets it done there. Right now, Weiniger holding up the field behind him. He's got Happy, Miller, the other Miller, Mark Miller, rather. And then Romano and McCrelly right there. Like Happy going to go to the inside. He'll make the pass. Now they're 3 wide through the quad oval. This is always a scary spot to do that, but they make it happen. Everybody gets by Weiniger as Chris falls back to 11th. I think Wilder actually disconnected, or connection error. That's going to move everybody up a spot that was in front, because I think he was running about 4th. Garrett continues leading the way. McGarrigle in the 11 is closing up on Baker for that 4th spot now, as Weiniger's coming down pit road. Appick, McCrelly, Mark Miller, and Romano. Those 4 all within a few tenths of each other. Bohr and Vaughn still racing side by side, pretty close to each other anyway. Lyle's done a great job continuing to lead this race. And Keller has held off Freitas very well. Yeah, there's going to be a battle for that second spot here. Very quick. Freitas closing in rapidly on Keller. And yeah, Freitas going to look to the inside for 3 and 4. And here comes Baker and McGarrigle around Polhamus as well. Keller's able to hold him off on the high side. There goes Baker looking to the inside. Going to get dirty air now, though. Offset 3. They figure it out. Baker and McGarrigle going to go by Freitas now. They're going to look at a charge by Keller as well as Baker gets to the inside. And the caution. Don Miller involved. Coming off pit road. Gets that bump, and around goes the 63. No harm, no foul, though. No damage, that doesn't look like either, except for maybe whatever happened to that splitter, potentially. This will allow the people who haven't pit yet to come down pit road. A few people staying out there. Gas and go for the 91 and the 32. And they will be up to the first and second place positions. Meanwhile, Baker gets out in third. So Polhamus got the free pass. And then everybody else from 10th back to 17th will be getting a wave around here. And maybe even some other people getting a wave around as well. Yeah, Mercado's going to take one. And it looks like Wiles taking the top here with Freitas on the inside. pace car dives off. Wiles rips away off the top. And the caution is immediately back out. JT involved. Spins it. Oh, and Stevenson. And Weiniger both hammering. Their cars into each other and into Gerstner. So that should be the stage. Yeah, that is going to be... I would have to guess that's going to be stage anyway. Based on the fact that Freitas just went down to top off. All right, double filed once again. Yeah, that will be the stage. Which means Wiles has a stage win here. More playoff points in the bag. Green flag flies. And this time Baker gets loose after hitting Wiles. Gets going again, the only car that got involved in that. And they're spinning out of turn 2. No caution. They continue racing here at the front. Wiles has the lead. Fieldley now battling with McCrelly here for the second spot. Two separate incidents, no caution, single car incidents. Freitas has a meatball from that too. Don't know exactly what happened. Polhamus coming down this time. Oh, and that left front is torn up on the 33. The 32 does get his fast repair off, though. He'll be back out on track. Only down a lap. Here comes Fieldley on the fresh tires coming around the inside. Wiles up into the wall out of turn 2. He'll be cleared quickly, though, by Fieldley. As 27 for sure took tires here. He is charging. And a 29.9 last lap. This one's a 30.1. So Fieldley showing some big-time speed right now. He puts his number 27 car out in front of everybody. Chris Romano up into the 4th spot as well. One, like I said, driver to watch here tonight. He's up to 4th so far. Baker trying to come back from that spin out. Already caught up to Stevenson. He'll be clear on the 5. Back up here, McCrelly. And Keith Vaughn has gotten up here to 4th. He's looking to the inside for 3rd. And Romano going to try to follow him through, try to get by McCrelly. Looks like they'll be settling into those positions. Vaughn up to 3rd. Wiles got by Dylan Calkins. Keller came down pit road already too. And here comes McCrelly now. Down pit road. Early pit stop here, maybe just trying to get this pit stop done now. Johnson got loose there. He went through the infield. Man, that bump is brutal down there. Weininger looking to the inside on McGarrigle. He'll shut the door. Battle inside the top 5. Slight scrape of the outside wall there for the 11 of McGarrigle. Weininger comes up in front out of turn 4. Will clear McGarrigle for 4th. I'll tell you what, even on the old tires, Wiles has done a great job of keeping Fieldley in reach. He's inside of a second of him. Baker gets the outside wall there. Watch out 3 wide. Here comes McCrelly. I'm guessing on fresh tires. Seems like McCrelly and a few other people have decided to break this race into quarters. Weiniger will clear up into the third spot there as he gets by Keith Vaughn. And Vaughn's not ready to give that spot up yet. He's looking to get back into the top 3. Here comes Fieldley down pit road. Never mind, Fieldley disappeared. Oh, he's back, okay. Oh, man. That was sketchy. He and Gerstner were literally door to door as they went around each other. McGarrigle and Weiniger battling hard there for the third spot. They're going to have to deal with a lap car here as well. And the caution is out. Well, we got to watch it live when it happened. And McGarrigle just coming right up into the 53. Definitely was not clear. Yeah, I understand the lap car there. But you know that with the lap car there, you can't clear yourself in that regard. So McGarrigle. And Chris's night is done, as he had to jump to pit road. So Wiles got out in front. It'll be Wiles and Fieldley on the front row. Borer and Miller in that second row. As the pace car dives off into the restart zone. And the green flag flies. 12 to go here in stage 2. Now 11. Wiles gets clear there. Comes Stevenson up the inside on Pfeffer. Tight 2x2 action. Everyone jockeying for spots here in the final laps of the stage, trying to get as many stage points as they possibly can. Romano's going to come up in front and will back out of it. They're going to be 3 wide, a lot of them getting by Romano there. Keith Vaughn going to be able to get through all of that traffic and up to the 6th spot here. They are 3 wide. Miller and McCrelly make contact, but they get it figured out. Did not see what happened to Paul Hamus, but he looks like he might be done for the night as well. He jumps to pit road. Miller looking for a dive to the inside. He's right on the back bumper of Fieldley. And Wiles up into the wall in turn 3 and 4. That'll give Fieldley a chance. They're side by side at the line with 6 to go now, excuse me. Don Miller trying to find his way by these guys. He wants to race for the lead right now. And there goes Don Miller, gonna get by Wiles for the race lead. Fieldley at the quarter panel looking to get to it. Oh, contact between Wiles. Miller saves it. What a save. Oh, he's going to lose it now. Oh, and that's going to be contact to the outside wall there for Miller. No caution, though. Green flag still out. Fieldley gets by Wiles. Oh, man, I thought Miller had it saved, and unfortunate. Now Wiles gets contact from Vaughn. He's going to have to dive down the back stretch. Vaughn dives to the inside. That's very tight on the back of Fieldley. He's going to get him bumped up out of the way. And there goes Keith Vaughn to the race lead. Sean Wilder right behind the race leader here, trying to get his lap back the hard way. He looks to the inside on Vaughn. Fieldley and Wiles now battling for second. They got Brad Borer on their tail, though. Offset 3, Borer gets to the inside. They're 3 wide. And Fieldley will fall back behind Wiles. There's 2 to go here in the stage as well as they come around for the white flag of this stage. Keith Vaughn. Running away with the race lead here. Caution is out. Stevenson's involved, among others. And that'll be the stage as Keith Vaughn gets the stage win. Happy gets some damage from that, as does Miller. Trying to see who else was involved in that. Of course, McGarrigle there. Well, that'll be the second stage. And a hard shot to the inside wall there for Happy. And then Miller just pinballed between Stevenson and Happick. But Keith Vaughn gets stage number 2.
right, pace car off into the restart zone, and Keith Vaughn will get a good jump on that inside lane. Wiles looks to the inside on the race leader. And Garrett Wiles will get back to the race lead right behind him. Keith Vaughn going to get challenged here from the top side. Ryzen Baker going to get a great run around the high side. He gets by on McCrelly and will cross over Vaughn down into turn 3 as he dives it down deep in there. He'll get cleared for that second spot as Wiles actually hits the wall off of turn 4. Fieldy will get by McCrelly. He'll go back to the top side down here in turns 1 and 2. And Romano side by side. That's the battle for 6th, but they got McCrelly right in front of them for the edge of the top 5. And Fieldy will rip around the high side on Vaughn. He's got Baker in his sights for that second spot. Romano continuing to battle it out here with McCrelly. Looks like Romano will clear for that 5th spot. A little contact there between Borer and Pfeffer. Sent the 24 out to towards the outside wall. He was able to keep it off of it though, but Pfeffer will get by Borer for 7th. And Baker continuing in that second spot. He's done well so far. Working his way up. 13 spots gained on the night. Here comes Fieldy, and he's going to tag the back bumper of Baker. Had it off center, but Baker able to control that car after the contact. And here comes Keith Vaughn and Romano. Vaughn gets back up to 3rd. And Fieldy will dive to the bottom here once again. Wasn't fully clear, I don't think, but Vaughn gave him a break. Romano looks back to the inside on Vaughn. He'll get clear of the 23. Up into the 4th spot. Now has Fieldy right in front of him as well. Tight proximity from 3rd all the way to 6th right now, but Romano's going to look to the inside now. Chris has done a great job of trying to make passes there. And Fieldy shuts the door. Crowley fell back behind Borer now as Borer sits in 7th. And Stevenson gets out of the way. Fieldy makes an aggressive move through the grass there to try to get back by Romano, but Romano has the momentum off the high side. Lots of battling going on here. Fieldy goes for the block on Vaughn. Great battling going on here. Romano looks like he's fully secured that 3rd spot now. Battling continues here, though, for 4th. Fieldy and Vaughn side by side once again. Vaughn does make the pass. And halfway through this 300-mile race. 150 miles down, 150 more to go. With Garrett Wiles having led the majority of them so far. board as he gets in front of Fieldley for that 5th spot. And the caution is out. Not sure what happened. So much blinking. Okay. Yeah, I don't know exactly what happened. I'm going to guess his car was blinking out and the motor blows. That's when the yellow flag comes out. So lap 107. Yeah, it looks like... What happened to Dawn? I'm guessing a black screen. Don't know what happened to Miller. But we're coming back down pit road here. It's like gas and go there for Wiles. Baker, McCrelly, and Freitas get out top 4. Wiles on the top, as his teammate right behind him. Baker's done a good job of being able to gauge the restarts. Off the rip, it looks like Wiles gets a good jump. Baker throws it in there. Fieldly clear for now. Bohr and McCrelly side by side. Oh, new leader, Ryzen Baker gets out front here with 8 to go. McGarrigle up the inside on Fieldly. Charging hard, get back in to as good a spot as he can. Romano will get back up to 6th. Baker still under pressure here. Wiles right there with 4 to go at the line. Nose to tail, first and second, Wiles and Baker. 2 to go in stage 3. Romano gets clear of McGarrigle for that 5th spot. He's got Brad Borer right in front of him as well. One lap left in stage number 3. Ryzen Baker leading the way. Romano gets by Borer for fourth. McGarrigle by Borer also for fifth. And through 3 and 4. Ryzen Baker wins stage number 3. Pace car was drifting. And was ripping down the backstretch. All right, final stage of the evening. Brad Bohr leads them to led him to the green flag, and he is ripping away on the inside, and Ryzen Baker right behind him, stage 3 winner, as well as Andrew McGarrigle. Baker got by Borer into the race lead. McGarrigle by him as well. And Wiles now charging up the inside. Ryzen Baker just ran the fastest lap of the race so far with a 29.57. And Wiles by McGarrigle for second. He'll try to chase down the race leader once again. A hard shot to the right side of the car out of turn 4. That's going to give McGarrigle the run around the outside. And Wiles will fall in line back in third. Romano and Freitas going to get by Borer. Oh, there goes McGarrigle into the wall. And the caution is out. Romano gets involved. Big time damage all around. McCrelly slight contact there on that inside. McGarrigle with a snap overcorrect, headlong into the outside wall, collecting the 22 of McCrelly right down in front of Romano. Nowhere for Romano or Freitas to go. Not sure exactly what happened there with Mercado. It looks like he just caught that apron trying to slow down and snapped it loose, and it went right in front of Gerstner. And a hard shot to Romano's car there right after the fact, too. Everybody going to be coming down pit road now to top off on fuel and fix any kind of damage they got from that incident. And joining me now, Jace Keller. Well, Jace, you had a decent run going there for a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, it was fun. I mean, I'm mostly just doing these 2 races here for fun. I mean, not in the playoffs, so love this track, but made my own mistake that cost any chances I had.
Well, sometimes it's all it takes. Sometimes that is all it takes.
But what a race by these leaders, you know. I mean, Ryzen's always fast, and then you got Garrett Wiles up there too.
Yeah, Garrett's been showing some pace, a little bit of contact there between himself and McGarrigle, but overall, like I said, he's been showing some really good speed at the front. Keith Vaughn's found his way up at the front. He was in the back of the field at the start of the race, but used some strategy to get track position, and he got a stage win out of the deal, and now he's sitting up here in the top 3.
Tell you what, though, Matthew, this race is so far. You know what? Actually, I won't say it. I won't say it because I don't want to jinx these guys.
Let's not jinx it. I don't think we should jinx it.
No, but I mean it. even racing against these sides, it's super fun, super tight and close racing, high speed. I mean, it's great.
Yeah, and it seems like the top side has been fast. People have been able to make a lot of passes. You were making moves on the high side. How did you feel about the high side so far tonight?
High side is good. I mean, yeah, it's fast, but you wear your tires out more up there. So, I mean, short run stint, sure, I would absolutely pick the high side, but the way it's been going, if I'm these leaders, I'm sticking down low.
Seems like a lot of people have been able to make some passes there too, and it looks like Ryzen's content with the high side as he is the race leader and he chose the top. So, see what he can do from up there. So that, oh, jeez. Had a cough pull up on me right there. Holy cow. I came out of nowhere.
Hey, I did. Yeah, I did too. I must have jinxed you.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. Either that or I inhaled.
How many is that?
Oh, say that again.
How many is that on the lead lap now?
That is
just 10?
8. 8 on the
Only
lead lap.
8 on the lead lap now.
Yeah, Romano's still down pit road getting damage repaired because he had to use the fast repair earlier on. And it looks like we have extended the caution by 1 lap, I guess. Not sure exactly what happened there.
I think that's going to help some of these guys out with pit strategy. I mean, we were getting 30 or so laps.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, you get 30 laps, that brings you to lap 161 now. If you get 30, if you can try to stretch it to 35, you can maybe do it in one more stop. So now it also seemed like some people were deciding to go with differing strategies as far as people cutting the race up into quarters or people cutting the race up into just extended sections. What did you feel like was the right call on that with the tires?
I mean, with me, I mean, I want to have a set at the end of the race always in case of a late caution. So, I mean, I'm going to try to make those tires last as long as I can. I mean, my goal was to not use any tires for all of first stage, but didn't happen that way. I'm sure some of these other guys are doing the same, though.
Yeah. All right, lights off on the pace car coming down pit road here. Baker has control of the field on the high line. Only 3 cars in that high line. Hapik and Fieldley will join him up there. Everybody else single file behind, and a green flag flies as Baker rips away from the top. And he'll be well clear of Garrett Wiles down into turn 1. Fieldley with a very aggressive move to the inside on Hapik down through turns 1 and 2. But he'll have to fall in
Get
line.
that run on that high side.
Yeah, that.
Hapik was for sure coming back. I mean, yeah, aggressive move by Fieldley there. It's been aggressive all night. I'm sure he can finish in the up at the top there.
Depending on what he can do here in the final few laps of the race. A little contact there between Freitas and Borer. More contact as Borer gets to the door of the 32. In front of that battle, just outside the top 5, it is a battle for third between Keith Vaughn and Hapik. 52 on the top side, the 23 on the inside. And Vaughn will make that pass happen. Like I said, he started at the back of the field, but ever since he's gotten his way up here, he's been able to make some moves and keep himself in the top 5. Baker continuing to lead the way. Wiles has hit back down to about 2/10. It seems like this is what Wiles was able to do earlier on, too. As McCrelly looks to the inside on Fieldley. That's the battle for the 7th spot. Oh, not clear was McCrelly. Fieldley had to let up a little bit to get the 22 back in line. And now single file all the way through the field of lead lap cars.
Keith Vaughn right on the bumper of the 91. I think he's going to try to make a move coming into turn 1 and 2. I bet he runs that high side to try to get a run on the 91.
Yeah, he's been clipping that paved spot of the quad oval as well, trying to get some more grip down there. Because of course, paint has a lot more grip than pavement. I don't know if that necessarily 100% makes sense, but it seems like it works that way all the time. And Baker lost a little bit of time to Wiles and Vaughn as Wiles gets right back up to the back bumper of the race leader. This trio in the top 3 also being chased down as Hapik starts to pull them back in ever so slightly. Just when you think Wiles is right there, Baker just finds another gear down the backstretch off of 2. And there goes Vaughn, really cutting it through that quad oval that time as he gets to the inside on Wiles. And he'll actually move up to 2nd. We'll see what Vaughn can do trying to chase down Baker. Other battles going on back here a little bit. McCrelly and Borer offset, as well as Fieldley. And Borer still got the inside on Fieldley here. McCrelly starts to pull away from the 2 behind. They're side by side for that position. And now Wiles falling back a little bit. Seems like the pace starting to slow a little bit. 30.4 for the leader, 30.6 that last time by. So I'm guessing fuel saving.
I'm guessing either fuel saving or trying to save that tire. I know at least a few guys had at least 1 or 2 sets left coming into that last caution, so trying to make these tires last as long as they can.
And trying to break up this final stage of the race as well. You can extend it, like I said, extend it out about 5 laps. You said you guys were getting about 30. If you can extend it out about 5 laps and split the time left in the stage, I mean, I think that's as good a strategy as you can get, but you're going to have to save for both of those stints, so. the inside on McCrelly. He'll get that done. John Fieldy back up to 6th.
Keith Vaughn is right on the back bumper of the 77 there. It gets a little tight, has to go up high.
Yeah, got that dirty air on the nose of the car, and all of a sudden shoots up the track. That's the tough thing about these cars. You get that dirty air on the car, and it just does not want to turn. That's why aero blocking is so important in the next gen car. Top 4 still really close in proximity. They're all within a second of each other. And Baker actually ran a pretty good lap that last time around, a 30:39. So pretty good lap there for Baker. And Freitas in the 5th spot ran a 30:34, so if he was saving, he's not saving anymore. Fieldy and McCrelly still continuing to battle it out. They were in tight proximity once again.
Epic gets into the wall there slightly. Loses a little bit of time on Garrett Wiles.
How's the right side of that car looking? Looks okay. Maybe a little crinkle on that front. Shouldn't affect them too much, I don't think. Wheel damage might, but sensitive as these toe links are in these cars.
Oh, absolutely. You can barely tap the wall and you've got wheel damage. Doesn't take very much, especially here.
And we've seen some people smack the wall pretty hard tonight as well, so. And McCrelly has actually gotten by Fieldy once again, but Fieldy shoving him down the backstretch. Trying to get back line. We'll go to the outside. And he'll have the momentum through the front straightaway. And he'll get clear. Once again, Keith Vaughn continuing to close back up on the race leader. And man, McCrelly and Fieldy will not give it up with each other. They continue to battle. Fieldy did get a little bit of separation down the front straightaway that time, so we'll see if he's able to hold him off for a bit.
As the leader starting to catch on. Christopher Romano, as they're both going through 3 and 4.
Yeah, Romano.
Wonder if lap track.
I say Romano's
going to make a bit of a difference.
It will make a difference. We saw it make a difference a little bit earlier on as Chris Weiniger and McGarrigle got into it with lap traffic in the way. This racing surface does not have very much room on it. Had a bit of a blink there that time too, so something to watch for the 27.
Oh yeah, he's been doing that all night.
As was the 64. Until he blew his motor.
I didn't even see that happen.
Neither did
That's
we.
what, that's what happens when you ride in the back for so long. You miss stuff like that.
Hell, he was blinking out so much we couldn't even see it, so. See, now Wiles and Happick are falling away from Vaughn a little bit and wondering about saving, and I'm also wondering if they're just losing that tire a little bit. Happy going to go by Wiles for that third position. Continuing to stay tight to the race leader. Showing some very good speed.
I know that clean air was helping the 77 out, but now he's got those 2 lap cars in front of him.
That's Gerstner.
Makes you wonder if Keith Vaughn is going to try to take advantage of it.
Yeah, Gerstner and Romano. Romano seems like he actually got by Gerstner. Baker's going to catch him right about this lap, I would say. Gerstner does run high.
Trying to make sure those leaders pass him.
Does get Baker by him, still side by side with Vaughn. Time by 40 to go. Sorry, 41 to go, rather.
These guys ought to be pitting in the next 10 to 12 laps.
Maybe sooner. Yeah, no. It was lap 130, wasn't it? That's right. So yeah, I would say within the next at least 5 or so to maybe make it to the end.
Yep, the 8 just announced he is going in.
Yeah, Miller,
Mark Miller in ninth.
I say Mark Miller's the first one down a lap right now.
.52 just announced he is pitting this lap.
Happy from third.
23 is going in.
So that's two in the top 3 going in this time. That'll leave Wiles to second. Baker continuing to lead the way. He's got Romano right in front of him, lap car.
Garrett Wiles gets into the wall there, coming out of 2.
Seems like Garrett is continuing to save as well. I think that's why so far back from Baker now. Yeah, he's clutching it early on.
So 77 going in this time.
Yeah, Baker, so that's about what I said he should be looking to do. Stretch it to 35. Garrett's going to stay out, trying to extend this run as far as he can. Everybody else on the lead lap came down that time. I would imagine Garrett's going to probably come in the next lap or two. Continuing to clutch it, though. We'll see what Fieldley is able to do. If he's able to get back by any of these cars that came down pit road this time. Last time, Baker, the first one out of pit road. Followed by Freitas, McCrelly. But McCrelly going to get passed by Fieldley, as is Freitas. Seems like the only one to not get passed by him is Baker.
'27 and the 99 got into it as John Fieldley was coming out of pits.
And Wiles just came down pit road, so that's going to leave the net race lead to Baker potentially. You're still going to have to stretch it, though.
Yes, they are.
Because there's still 33 to go, coming to 32 to go this time by.
Garrett Wiles is coming out. He just took 4.
Yeah, you're still gonna have to stretch it though. That's the thing. Unless you run as hard as you can right now and just try to hope for a caution, but I don't think that's a smart idea.
No, these cars are too spread out to really hope for a caution right about now.
Even with the differences in speed, you're not going to be getting one like that. Yeah, Baker is saving, trying to stretch it as far as he can. Keith Vaughn and John Fieldley battling it out for second. Happy's going to be right behind this battle.
Garrett is also clutching in to try and save.
Yeah, the one good thing for Garrett, though, is he's only going to have to save a couple of laps, so he might be able to be able to push a little bit more throughout this run if he's able to save those laps early on instead. That is the one thing he's got going for him. Doesn't seem like Keith Vaughn is saving too much.
I don't know. It looks like he's pushing it. He's trying to catch the 77.
Trying to enforce it, or force the issue, rather. Looks like Wiles has put his foot on the pedal, too.
Yep, as he goes around Havoc, no problem.
Vaughn and Wiles trying to chase down Baker right now and put the pressure on. So that lap for Baker was a 30.76. Vaughn ran a 30.36, and Wiles with a 29.75. Wiles is flying as he goes to the inside on Vaughn. Wiles might have put himself in position to win this race with that long stint before coming down Pear Road. I think Baker just turned it on too, because that gap stopped shrinking as fast. 30.13 to a 30.07. So yeah, Baker's put the foot back on the pedal. See if Wiles is able to get that gap closed back up, though.
It's a lot of time he's got to make up trying to catch that 77.
30:44 last time by for Baker, a 29:95 for Wiles. So not only
He is cooking.
he is cooking. That is very fast for this part of the stint. Absolutely, that's fast. And he's continuing to close that gap up, but he's burning more fuel by doing that and more tire. So Baker will have the advantage in the tire department. And the caution.
The 27.
It's John Fieldley. Off track.
Gets into the wall coming out of 4, it looks like.
So he was already in the infield when the yellow flag came out. So let's take a look at it. See if we can get a better view than right up against the wall like that. The far chase cam looks good. Hits the wall. Car gets loose. Snaps it. A little bit of an overcorrect. Dukes a hazard over the grass in the chicane. Locks it up. And onto the racing surface. That's when the caution comes out. Everybody trying to avoid making contact. All this does, though, is help the people at the front that needed to save fuel, like Baker. And I wonder if everybody's coming down here. I would think maybe they do.
For just a little splash and go, yeah.
At the very least. And if they've got a set down there, too, maybe. I don't think that they do, but... Yeah, here comes Baker. Wiles stays out. Okay.
Wiles just said he is 3 to the good.
All right.
That's going to put McCurley and Tom Freitas right behind him.
And Borer gets out, or stays out as well, I believe. So that's going to be the top 4. And Baker, the first one to come out of pit road. He'll start 5th. But three to the good already for Wiles is pretty crazy.
Trying to see if the 77 had any tires left to put on that car. Nope, just a gas and go for him.
I was just going to say 31 second on pit road. Sub 6 seconds for fuel, too. So, yeah, gas and go. Let's see if anybody else maybe took tires there. Wilder with a 7.37 second stop. Fieldley and Gerstner both had 35 to 40 second stops, but that's to repair damage and stuff like that. So definitely not for tires or anything like that. That'll put Mark Miller back on the lead lap, though. That'll give us 9 drivers on the lead lap.
Waiting to see if the 77 saved enough tires. Another 91 was cooking, trying to catch him.
Garrett's been fast all night, though. He's been the one out front the most. Track position is king in these cars, so we'll see what he can do with it. He's got his teammate right behind him, and then Baker right behind his teammate, so
Bet they count it down.
I would imagine so. Baker's been really good all season, though. at being able to gauge the restarts. So in line right behind the race leader and the guy that he is going to be counted down with, I got a feeling Baker's going to get a good jump too. And I would imagine
he gets into Mark Miller. '70 scrubbing back there. Pace car comes down.
here it comes.
91 leading this field.
Green flag flies. Wiles gets a good jump. Freitas also with a good jump. And that duo will lead the way. They got Baker on the back as well as McCrelly. And with the speed Baker has shown all night, he is one to still watch from that third position. He jumps to the inside.
Making a move on a 32. Gets by him.
That was a really clean pass there from Baker. Wall shot there for Wiles. Baker continues to run the high side. Oh, Borer hard into the wall out of turn 4 that time.
McCrelly looks at the inside of the 32.
McCrelly will clear. Maybe a crossover opportunity for Freitas. Doesn't look like he's going to be able to find one there. That'll put McCrelly up to that third spot.
Top 3 run almost 500ths of each other on that last lap.
29, 82, 83, and 86, which, again, blazing lap times right now with no tires. Time McCrelly and Freitas both getting the wall off of turn 2, but Freitas staying in line right behind McCrelly. I'll tell you what, McCrelly is gaining on Baker as well. Maybe McCrelly had tires, or at least 2. This top 4 is running away from everybody else. Keith Vaughn wants to get back up with those guys. He's looking to the inside on Borer. He'll get by. Up into the 5th spot.
So 32 looks back on the inside of McCrelly. He's going to get that pass done.
Inside is king right now, it seems like. Everybody's able to make the passes on that inside. But Freitas up to 3rd again. Needs a good point night as well to try to lock himself into the playoffs. Didn't have very good luck through the stages, but a good finish here could really help him out. $15 to go as the leaders cross the line. You know Wiles wants to add another one to the book for the season and add some more playoff points to that bank he's already got loaded up so far. Back here on the just outside the top 5, Hapik is going to get by Borer for that 6th spot. They got Stevens in front of him.
top three have really split apart there.
All of them on their own island. On top four, all on their own little islands. 6/10 between Baker and Wiles, 7/10 between Baker and Freitas, and then another 6 to 7/10 between Freitas and McCrelly. Baker, though, actually chunking that gap a little bit down. Wiles ran a 30.29 and a 30.08 there for Baker. I don't think the 77's out of it yet.
Coming to 10 laps to go.
Oh, it's 11 to go. So got to complete that
So
last
is
lap
it-
too.
There, yeah.
Baker's
77.
there though. He's
Cutting some fast laps.
and he's continuing to run the top too. That one, a 30.25 to Wiles, who ran a 30.42. This time by 10 to go. Wiles will shut the door. We know where Baker wants. He wants the top. He's going to go there again. Wiles shuts the door. Crossover from Baker. Wiles going to look to cross him back. Hard shot. Wiles goes through the infield. Keeps control of the car, though, but falls back to second. And Freitas will go by him on the inside. And that'll leave Baker all alone up front. With 9 to go.
Baker's got quite a bit of damage on that right front.
Not a meatball, though. But he does. That right front is caved in. A 30.95 that lap to Freitas, who ran a 30.75. There's a world here where the 32 catches up to the race leader. 8 to go right now. Coming around this time for 7 more laps to go. Oh, and Baker into the wall again off of turn 4. Ooh, a 30.49 to Freitas, who ran a 30.43 that time. So Baker was able to hold him back. 7 more laps to go. And I don't know that wheel damage is going to cost him that much unless he continues to hammer on that right side. This time by 5 laps to go for Ryzen Baker. Freitas has chipped into that lead quite a bit. That time, a 30.49 for Freitas, 30.66 for Baker. Traffic starting to close in on McCrelly for that 5th spot. And 2 to go for Ryzen Baker. He actually starts to extend the lead out again.
Guess that damage doesn't mean much to him.
Not in the grand scheme of things. Off turn 4. White flag flying in the air this time for Baker. He had the speed. Coming off of turn 4 for the final time, Ryzen Baker wins at Charlotte.
What a good race. I think that was a fantastic race.
Very good race indeed. Not too many cautions. And Ryzen Baker brings it home. And that is the most grueling race of the season, too.
It absolutely is. Very long race. Ryzen blows up at the line.
Of course. All right, let's go over the race results here tonight. Ryzen Baker gets the win with Tom Freitas finishing in 2nd, Garrett Wiles in 3rd. Keith Vaughn finishes 4th tonight with Christian McCrelly rounding out the top 5. Sean Happick finishes 6th tonight with Brad Borer in 7th. Mark Miller in 8th. Good finish there for Miller. John Fieldley finishes 9th tonight with Sean Wilder rounding out the top 10. Ryan Stevenson brings it home 11th with Chris Romano 12th. JT Gerstner in 13th. Andrew McGarrigle 14th. Jose Mercado 15th. Jace, you finish in 16th tonight with Don Miller 17th. Paul Pfeffer in 18th. And we'll switch it over here to the back half of those drivers and take a look at your favorite driver and where they finished.
16th is not bad for being 80 laps down.
Not bad at all. 80 laps down in a 200-lap race. All right, let's take a quick look there, and we will grab 3rd place here. In Garrett Wiles finishes in the 3rd position. Out front a lot tonight and end up finishing in the 3rd spot. How you feeling after that race tonight?
I feel good. A little disappointed. I felt like the race was mine tonight. I mean, we and Ryan were just talking about it, and at the end, his right front was 72%, and I was still at 91, 92 on my rears.
Yep.
So my right front 91, 92 on my rear, and after that slide, my temperatures were way too hot. Is my issue. So, but I mean, it is what it is. It's part of racing, and we'll move on to next week and do some Talladega.
Yeah, and you're already locked into the playoffs. You got a stage win here, and some good points at the end here for your team.
I think I got 2 stage wins too.
Oh, you did get 2, didn't you? That's right.
Yeah, I got the first and the last stage.
That's right. You did get the last one.
Yep.
Okay. So.
Yep. Well, lap 140 and then 120. So it's going to help with points, which is a good thing.
Yep.
But ultimately, at the end, I could have pushed to make another run at Rising there at the end. But Tom, my teammate, was in front of me, and I wasn't going to push anything to take a chance of messing him over for points wise. As long as nobody that was outside of the top 12 didn't win, then it locked him in. So once I got behind him, I just felt like I would just be a blocker, come home P3, and move on to Talladega.
Yeah, and I know you got the dual win earlier this season at Daytona. How do you feel about your chances there at Talladega next week?
I love any kind of super speedway, with the exception of Atlanta. I think they really messed Atlanta up. Old Atlanta was a whole lot better, but I mean, it's still a super speedway. But no, Talladega I like a lot more than Daytona. I feel more comfortable at Talladega. It allows me to make moves that you don't really want to do at Daytona. Like, for instance, I have no problem going 4 wide.
Yep.
And if it gets me up there, then I will take it as long as I have a teammate behind me or in front of me. But I mean, unfortunately, I think next week, I don't know. I haven't watched the replay, but I got into Andrew, which I feel really bad about. I don't know if I was holding my line and he came down, or if I did drift up a little bit into him. If I did, I feel bad for him for sure. I wasn't trying to, and I know he made a comment that I was diving it in too deep, but I was still tire saving, so I wasn't even trying to dive in deep. So I don't know. But I'll have to take a look at it, and if that's the case, then I'll start back at Talladega, and I know I have the pace at Talladega, so I'll be back up towards the front.
All right. Well, anybody like to shout out before we let you go, Garrett?
You up here in the booth, like I said, every week you decide not to race on Mondays to be up here, and I very much appreciate it. And then my teammate Tom and Tron, Chris Polhamus, I feel bad for him. He had a pop-up come up on his screen, and when he went to go close it, he went into the wall and destroyed the car. So I don't know how points are going to be with him, but at least Tom will be in the playoffs, and so it'll be good for next week.
All right. Well, we'll catch you next week. Congrats on the top 3, and we'll see you then.
I appreciate it. You guys have a good one.
You too. That's Garrett Wiles finishing in the 3rd spot tonight. Next up, we will grab our 2nd place finisher. That's Tom Freitas. I think I got it right, finally. Takes me half a season to do it, Tom, but we got there eventually.
Hey, you know what? Hey, props on you to getting it. It's all good.
I've called you Freitas, Freitas. I mean, I don't know how many times I could have messed up your name.
To be fair, there's times I pronounce it wrong, so it's really okay.
Hey, that's good. Well, you started in 3rd tonight, worked your way up through the first stage with some stage points there, and then fell back and got into some trouble. I saw the fast repair early on in the race, but you were able to battle back and end up finishing in 2nd. How do you feel after the race?
I won out for sure. At one point in time, when we had to use that fast repair, I was like, there it goes. Like, there goes the night. But I'm like, just stick with it, because Charlotte's always been a good track for me no matter what car combo, right? So I was like, I know what I got to do. Just hopefully the cards play out right and some strategy works. And, we were a lap down twice. And I'm like, this is going to be tough. But, we did a lot of myself, Garrett, and Chris Polhamus, we did a lot of practice this week working on tire strategies and fuel strategies and whatnot, trying to figure out when we want to pit and stuff like that. And it had some luck on our side, and it worked out.
Yeah. And I know that you were right on that bubble and needed nobody new to win behind you.
Yes.
And well, we got a repeat winner, so that's good news for you. So I think you've locked yourself in with the points.
so.
Yep. Congrats on that as well. How do you think you fare through the round of 12 here?
I mean, the next probably 4 or 5 tracks, my best tracks on iRacing. So I think we're gonna do just fine. So yeah, get some stage points and top 5s, and we'll be okay. And
Awesome.
some luck. Need luck.
Some luck. You
a lot
always
of luck.
You
know?
always need luck when it comes to super speedway racing. You can be the
Yes.
best super speedway racer in the world, and you could get the worst luck and knock yourself out in the first stage. You never know. But yeah,
Exactly.
So Talladega, Dover, Texas in the round of 12. Any of those you got specifically circled as your go-to track?
Dover for sure. I feel like I'm better at Dover than I am Charlotte, so
Okay.
Should be pretty good there. In Texas, honestly, I'm about as good as Texas as I am in Charlotte, so I think we're going to be okay.
All right. Well, we'll look forward to seeing the number 32 machine at the front. Anybody like shout out before we let you go, Tom?
Just shout out to you guys, for broadcasting, and HVRL for putting on an awesome league. After years of running a league, I took a break, and it is really nice to jump into a league that's just run so damn well. It's awesome. So again, shout out to you guys. Shout out to Garrett there, my teammate, another, top 3, and looked like he might have a chance to win. So good job to him, and hopefully we'll be back here next week.
All right, Tom. Well, congrats on the top 2. We'll catch you next week at Talladega.
Thank you.
All right. And last but not least, we have our race winner. I know that he's talking with Garrett about I'm guessing that incident they had there late in the race. Oh, they might be looking at the McGarrigle one. I'm not sure. But we will grab our race winner here, Ryzen Baker. Ryzen, the right front looks real caved in there at the end. But hey, you bring it home in the lead and get another win under your belt. How you feeling after the race win?
A lot of different things. It was that was my favorite race so far.
Hey, that's great. We like hearing that this late in the season. It was definitely a grueler. How are you feeling? You feeling nice and loose still from the 200 laps?
Yeah, I feel good. I'm glad we got at least one green flag pit stop in. Ecstatic about that. Got to showcase some of the green flag pit stop skills and that. But no, I mean, for the longest race of the year, for how little cautions we had, it was great. I had no idea what lane to run for tire saving. Turned out it was the bottom.
Yep.
Backing it down, I tried on and off to save fuel. Towards that, if that caution didn't come out towards the end, Garrett would have had it. You guys probably saw on the broadcast, I'd save fuel, then I wouldn't, then I'd save fuel, then I wouldn't.
Yep.
Every time I'd save fuel, I get about half a lap saved, but it wouldn't go anymore. And then the second I'd step it up to maybe keep some time from Garrett, I'd lose half a lap of fuel. So there was nothing I could do at the end. Garrett's number 1 in the league for fuel saving. He's just I don't know how he does it, but he manages. And yeah, I felt good overall. Car was really fast today.
Yeah, you were showcasing the speed. You started near the back. You moved up 14 spots, so a very good effort in that regard as well. But you were able to charge through the field early in the race, and I remember, I want to say about halfway through the first stage, you were already up into the top 5. Talk me through the battle through the field.
It was pretty. I don't want to say easy because it wasn't, but it was pretty relaxed, especially with everyone trying their best to save tires. I was able to just use maybe just a tiny bit more tire and just get by, just 5 cars or so within a few laps. The five car gave me a good run for my money there for a while, but yeah, eventually, I wanted to stretch the first 2 stages on one set, so I didn't I didn't take tires at all through stage 1 and stage 2. So, 80 laps on tires, but I had 40 on my right front or something.
Man.
Yeah, it was bad. But yeah, saving those tires allowed me to use them at that end, and it worked out well. But going through the field was fun. It was cleaner than I expected. But yeah.
Awesome. Well, we are on to the playoffs now, and the round of 12 starts next week with Talladega. How do you feel about Super Speedway racing at Talladega?
I love it. Talladaga's one of my favorite tracks. 90 laps is gonna be crazy, but yeah, I got my drafting partner Andrew McGarrigle, and hopefully Dylan Calkins, a new recruit to ST Motorsports. Hopefully he'll come out and help us. But yeah, Super Speedways are my go-to. I love them.
All right.
Feeling good.
Any other track on that round of 12 you got circled other than Talladega?
I'm not bad at Dover. I think I've ran Texas a few times in other cars, but Dover's going to be really sensitive because coming off of turns 2 and 4, the wall creeps up on you, and as we know, toe link and the right front, as I showcased today, it's pretty sensitive on these cars. So that wall that creeps up on you in 2 and 4 in Dover's going to be pretty sensitive, and Texas got a lot of room to work around. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. That could be a mess, or that could be best race of the season. So that's definitely going to be a turning point for the playoff for sure.
All right, Ryzen. Well, before we let you go, anybody you'd like to shout out tonight?
Absolutely. Shout out to Premier Racing Setups, new one of their factory drivers. So shout out to them. Shout out Ford Performance for giving me an awesome Ford Dark Horse Mustang. Shout out to my mom for making me Alfredo noodles before the race and filled me up, ready to go. And yeah, shout out to Andrew McGarrigle and Dylan Calkins for coming out tonight and racing. Unfortunate finishes for them tonight, but we'll turn it around next week. And shout out to the High Velocity Racing League and you guys for broadcasting and hosting this whole thing. So appreciate you guys.
All right, Ryzen. Well, congrats on another race win. I think that marks number 4, or is it 5?
Yes,
4?
I believe it's 4.
Okay,
Yeah,
perfect. 4 race wins in the regular season. Look forward to talking to you later on this season, maybe even next week. So we'll see you then.
absolutely. Have a good night, guys.
Have a good night, Ryzen. And that's going to do it here for us at High Velocity Racing League. Ryzen Baker gets the win in the Coca-Cola 300, our longest race of the season. And it's going to be an interesting playoffs. He's got 4 race wins. Wiles has a couple of wins now as well. And, yeah, a lot of people locked in that didn't get some race wins either, and that will be hungry for those coveted wins to lock themselves into the next round of the playoffs. But tomorrow, well, we have another race to go and do. It's going to be the ARCA series as they go on and challenge Texas Motor Speedway, which we will see a little bit late, in a couple of weeks for these Cup cars. And then we come back on Wednesday night for another race as well for the Xfinity Series as they challenge Charlotte. This the longest race of their season at 183 laps. So that'll be all we got left for this week in High Velocity Racing League. We'll see you tomorrow night as the ARCA guys take on Texas. Have a great night. We'll see you then.
Y'all clear?